Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing the brown round the edge of the Being of their Notions pouch. This was I don't know what that colour is called. I can't remember what it had on the label, but I'm doing the brown round the edge of this one. And while I usually work across that way to get the length of the bag, but that was all I had of that, so I'm just going to go around a few times more with the brown than what I normally do. It'll probably end up a little bit deeper because I fold it in half like that, so it'll probably end up a little bit deeper this way, because I'll probably have to do more rounds in the brown than I did before. So it's just going to be a little bit more room in the bag for anything. And as you can see, I'm wearing my cardigan, but I did not get this finished till this morning, and I've only put it on today. I'll be taking it off and putting my other one on, keeping it for another night out, because I didn't get anything done at all yesterday. I was busy clearing up and tidying up, you know what I normally do in the morning, and then I got a message from my granddaughter to see if I was in. She was going to come up with the gang. That's 3 kids and 2 dogs. So that was most of my day yesterday. And I did tell her I am going out early tonight to bingo mind. My friend Anne is going on holiday, so I won't be seeing her next Thursday and the Thursday after. And as we normally go for a meal on the first Thursday in the month, as this was near the end of the month, he said we'll go yesterday. We decided to go last night for a meal before the bingo. But anyway, she gave me plenty of time anyway to get ready, so I didn't have time. All I had to do with this, I think the night before, I had picked the stitches up on one of the bands. It was all sewn up, just apart from doing the bands. And I had picked up the stitches, and I think I had knitted a couple of rows, and that was all. And I thought, I'll finish it off in the morning. That was yesterday morning, and then my granddaughter landed, so by the time I got tidied up and sorted out afterwards, all I had time was to do a little bit knitting after I came in from the bingo last night. So I finished the bands. I finished knitting the bands last night, and I left them to sort out the buttons and everything this morning. So that's how I managed to get it finished this morning before I done this video to let you see. But I have a couple of little videos I'm going to put on. One is I'm showing you the full flattened out thing on my floor. It's good on my carpet's clean. I do vacuum it regularly. It's flattened out on the floor, and then I've got another little video showing you wearing it, the way you can see the full thing, so you can see what it actually looks like completely. So I'm going to stop this video and then I'll start that one again. Those 2 little videos, I have to join them together in the video anyway. Well, that's my cardigan fully finished. It actually measures exactly 42 inches. I've just put the tape measure on. It's 25 inches from the top of the neck down to the bottom of the rib, and the sleeves actually measure 17.5 inches, but I only knit them to 17 inches. But it's funny, when you sew them up, you always seem to get a little bit extra. So I think when I do my next one, I'm only going to knit to 16.5 inches, because the sleeve is just slightly long on me. Not that much though. So that is my 42-inch rosebud lace cardigan. Well, this is my cardigan, the finished thing. And don't look at all the lumps and bumps, just at the style of the cardigan, finally finished. As you can see, I'll turn around and show you the whole thing. I have been all around my house trying to find a suitable place where it shows the cardigan in its full colour It's true colour, and just so you can see, you know, have a good idea, because it kept going, it was either too light or too dark, but this is in my kitchen and that seems to be about the best place. So anyway, this is it. I hope you like it. So that's what my cardigan looks like, the full thing. And even if I do say so myself, I got all the measurements perfect. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, you know. So now I'm going to do just a little bit of this at the moment, but I'll probably not be doing much knitting today because for a change, the sun is shining. I thought it was going to rain at first earlier on because it was very dark and then all of a sudden the sun's come out. And I'm hoping it's drying the garden up enough because my grass needs cutting and it is starting to look terrible with all the rain we had. I think when my granddaughter came up yesterday, I think she was coming up with the idea of helping me in the garden, but didn't it go and rain? But you know, that day, you know, it's great to see them kids when they come up. My God, it's great to see them when they go home, see them going home. You know, my granddaughter came up with the dogs as well. She always brings the dogs when she comes up. And, you know, she said to me, asked if I'd look after the kids while she took the dogs out for a walk because the kids wouldn't come out with her. She wanted to take them for a walk before she came up, but they wouldn't go. And I say, you don't ask them. You tell them they're going and that's it. But you know what kids are like. But you know, I had a little taste of what she has to put up with when that's the first time I've ever really looked after them, just me. And you know, I could have killed them before she come back. The fighting, they never stopped fighting, and then the older one was winding the younger ones up. And anyway, we got over all that, and then I was trying to do the lunch for all of us. And you know, I had my grill on. Well, my grill is down below the hob pot on the cooker. Opened the door, and it was just the right length for the dogs to get their paws on it. Well, I was grilling bacon and stuff in the grill, and we came down to tell the dogs to get down, and they were under your feet when you're trying to move. Everywhere you moved, one of the dogs was in the way, and that was all afternoon. And anyway, we managed to get our dinners sorted, and then after Cheryl went home, and took a little bit of time tidying up and getting myself ready to go out. And so I was going, like I said, I was going out earlier because me and my friend Anne were going for a meal. We did invite Molly as well, but she said she thought it might be a bit too long a day for her, because you know the lady is in her 90s and she was just happy to go to the bingo. So I just told her, I says we'd pick her up after we've had our meal. I says it might be a little bit earlier. We don't know exactly. I says it depends how long it takes us in the local pub that we go to for the meal and that. So we went to the bingo. Never won anything last night. My friend was hoping she'd win something. She'd have some extra pocket money for her holidays. Going to Corfu, but you know, it does cost you a lot of money when you go on holiday. You spend a lot more than you would normally in that same week or the couple of weeks that you're away. But I will still be going. I'll still go to the bingo myself, and I'll pick Molly up. So there'll just be me and Molly on the next 2 Thursdays. But anyway, I'm doing what I can of this before I go out, because I am going to have to cut my grass because it's up here. You know, with the rain and that, and it just didn't have time to dry out before it rained again. So that's what I'll be doing most of the day, but I'll put this down in a minute and show you what else I've been doing. So that's, I've went around 3 edges on there up to now. I've got to go across the top. I'm not sure how much, that's all I have left of the brown. I don't know how far it'll go around. I'll just keep on crocheting till it's finished, but I think it might, I've left my, don't know where I've left the tape measure again. I'll just take one of the zips out of here and that'll show me whether I can measure it. Yes. I may need a little bit more than the brown. I think I do have some cream, but it's not mercerized. But if I don't have enough of the brown to get it to measure the zip, I'll just add a little bit of the ordinary cream I have as well, and that'll make a little bit extra colour stripe around it. That's not the zip I'm using, that was just the one testing. I'm just looking to see if I have a zip. Oh, I do have a one. That one would be best for it. That one, as you can see, you can see some little marks where I did try to do that one. Actually crocheting through the zip and trying to put the zip on that way, but it just did not work right. It just did not look right. So I pulled it out and I thought I'll just use it the way it is, but you'll not see those little marks because they'll be underneath the when I put the bag inside, the lining inside, those marks will be covered by that. So that's probably the only zip I have that I can put in that because of the colour. I have reds and greens and pinks. Don't know whether pink. Yeah, I don't know, like the pink. Pink might have been okay either as well. That's the trouble when you get these zips from Temu. You have to take what they have. You can't pick your colours. I have some, but they're just little ones. They're not long enough for, because I could do it. Put the zips in that way, so you can drop the hooks in long ways like that. That would be okay for maybe some the smaller zips. I'll sort it out anyway. Put that in there. Back in there in that bag. Yes, it would be long enough to put the hooks in that way because that's about the length of my hook. Anyway, I'll sort that out when I get round to it. I'll put that one down, and I got a little bit more derricks. That's how much I've got of derricks on the next side. Probably after I've done what I can manage in my garden, because I can't do a lot in my garden, because actually at my age bending up and down just does not work like it did when I was younger. I do have a bit of trouble with my hips and my knees and that these days. So that's how much I had got done of derricks. Wasn't yesterday, I think it was the day before. But I did last night when I came in. I finished off what I had to knit on the bands, and I had about half an hour before I went to bed, so I did a little bit more on this one. And I've already had 1 or 2 messages asking for this pattern. That is all I have done of this pattern. I'm just working it out in my head as I go. I worked out where to put the stitches and where to put the cables on a little bit of graph paper at first. That's how I work out my patterns. And I had to work out, I did a little swatch. Wait if I can find it. It's not there. Not there. Oh, there's down the bottom. I put it on the very bottom of my trolley. That one there. I did a little swatch. to work out the stitches. But you know, with this kind of thing, the cable does pull it in, you're knitting in, and this is Irish moss stitch, and that pushes it out. So it is very hard, even doing a swatch, to get the, I think it's that way on, to get the number of stitches to the inch right. So that's the best I could do with that. So I worked out how many stitches I needed to the inch from that, and hoping it's okay. So this is just working on spec and hoping that it comes out right. So anyway, these are my little swatches. I think I'm going to have to stitch some of these together and that to make a little, like a little square with all my different patterns. That's another one that I do. Like the children's one that I done with the garter and the garter stitch and the cable on. And that's another one where the garter pulls it in. No, the cable pulls it in and the garter pushes it out. So they're very hard to get an exact measurement, even from swatches. And that was the latest blanket that I did. That was a swatch, or I had that one. I've had that swatch for a long time because I did that for a cardigan I did for myself. I do have a cardigan with that pattern on. And that was another one I did. It's another swatch I have. So I'm going to do all these little swatches, but keep them for just to show what patterns I can do. I'll have to do one for the this one, the rosebud. I haven't got a swatch for this one. But I'm trying to keep the swatches around about the same size. That one's a little bit bigger, I think. The pink one's a little bit bigger. But then I have that one I'm doing for Derek's cardigan. That's even bigger still. I think I might have to pull that swatch out and make it a little bit smaller, because it is. Unless I can work different sizes out when I stitch them all together. Anyway, that's what I'm doing for that. You know, I do like to mess about sometimes. So I'll be doing a little bit of that probably tonight, but if I don't get any knitting done that I normally do during the day, like some of Derek's and that, I'll probably do maybe spend a couple of hours on his and a couple of hours on my own tonight before I go to bed. That's that one. Put the cable needles in back. And I think I'm getting used to working with these needles on cable. Not my phone, there's a message on my phone on Etsy, that is, I think. I think I'm getting used to working on these and starting to prefer them, because I can just sit and just knit like this. Whereas before I had the needle right across my arms and the straight needles. But anyway, that's for later on tonight. Put that in there. Put Derek's in there. And I would like to thank everyone who went on my granddaughter's channel, and she was surprised at how many new subscribers she got through the shout out I gave her to help her get a watch hour on her videos so that she could monetize it again. And I'll tell her, when she monetizes it, do not let it go like it did the last time, where she lost the monetization of it because she didn't put any videos up for over 6 months. So even if you just make something, anything for a few minutes just to keep it going. But she's had a lot of views and a lot of new subscribers through that. So I'd just like to thank everyone for helping her out anyway. And I've got one of my hairs stuck in there. No, it's 2 hairs. You know, it's terrible when you get to my age, you can't see them on there, but there they are. The white one. My hair falls out like something not right. I've just dropped them on the floor, you know, it's going to get wrapped around the brush on the vacuum. That's like my son said to me one time when he was helping me decorating the house, and he got my vacuum out to vacuum up, and he said to me, "This vacuum, there's something the matter with it. I think you need a new brush, ma'am." He says, "It's just not picking things up." And when he turned it over, he said to me, "You know, there's more hair on the bottom of this vacuum," he says, "than what's in your head." And I got it wrong because I hadn't been checking the brush to, because I had to cut it all off, and I had a big pile like that of hair on the thing. That's where all my hair goes to. It falls out all over the place. So anyway, that's enough of all that rubbish. Let's get back on with my little bit crochet, and then I'm going out in my garden. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.